So it's another one about soul ties.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you deal with someone else's soul ties in a relationship?
When I saw that question, that thing, say that one more time.
Yeah. How do you deal with someone else's soul ties in a relationship?
Untie yourself. Disconnect yourself. People be trying to save people from their former loves. I had to realize growing up that when you in the friend zone, what I call now, what should have been called the big brother zone. It ain't no longer a friend zone no more, it's big brother zone. and you'll be shocked, you giving all this advice in her relationship, helped her through. And then she starts showing you some love. Oh, you like me now? So you get excited because the whole time you just hoping they broke up. And then when she started wanting to talk to you, you like, oh man. And you start preparing yourself like, oh man, we're going to be good. Oh, I knew our moment was going to happen. Yep. And so she falls into it and she be like, oh man, you're such a great guy. Dude comes in with a new car, skinny jeans and a leather jacket. You sitting there, you walked to the Walmart all them days. You carried her bags to her dorm room. You was a good friend, and you just didn't have a car. And, and when he pulled up, she gone. People linger around good people to get well, but don't give them your heart. The wisest thing I heard in all my life from Pastor Gould said, I believe he said, give people your heart, give people your love, but do not give them your heart. Everybody is owed love, but not everybody is owed my heart. I love you, but I ain't give you my heart, because your heart is the most valuable asset you have from a physical and spiritual, emotional standpoint. When you give your heart to someone in your most vulnerable moments, you're trusting that person to be able to handle what they receive. When it's hot off the press, not everybody has mittens. When it's hot, not everybody, oh, it's hot, I can't tell, I don't know how to handle it, they drop it. So when you give someone your heart and it's hot, and they don't know how to handle it, they'll drop it. Because people can only hold something hot for so long if they don't have mittens. You want somebody to say, oh, here comes her heart, let me put these mittens on, so I can know how to handle it when it's hot off the press or when it's cold even. You met some cold people? You got to know how to handle someone's cold heart, someone's hot heart, someone's lukewarm heart. You got to be able to handle that. And if you don't got those people, don't give your heart to them. Listen, everybody, there's a minimum with me. Everybody is guaranteed 30 seconds of my time, the minimum. The length of the time is predicated on your value towards me or God leading me at that time. Some of us would be giving 3 hours to someone that wouldn't even give us 3 minutes. Being faithful to someone who won't be faithful to you. Now, the Bible does talk about being faithful, go 1 mile, but listen, I done gave you 3 of my coats, I ain't giving you another one. I done went 24 miles with you and you ain't been appreciative. You don't cast your pearls to swine. So answer that person's question. If you see that person is still tied to someone else, they're really not in love with you. What does the street say? To get over someone, get under someone. People are only up under you sexually, emotionally, physically, spiritually, because they're trying to get over somebody else. And if you give them your heart in those times when they're up under you and you think, oh, we're friends, they're not really your friends. They don't really care about you, or they're just not mature enough to handle that process. Be there for someone, but sometimes you understand how to be there for them at a distance, but don't entangle yourself in a 3-corded knot that ain't God, you, and them. If you're tying yourself and God ain't even one of the cords, and you tying yourself, you a string, she a string, and another dude's a string, you tie, it's gonna be one mess, and now all of a sudden you got emotions, you got feelings, now you got a soul tied to her. Because listen, when people break up with someone, you know who has the better chance of getting them back? The person they broke up with. Because they the one who has them the most. Don't fool yourself out here in these streets. They don't really love you like they say they love you. Don't let them come to the house. Don't cook for them. Don't try to disciple them. And fellas, listen to me. Ladies, listen to me. Men and women were never meant to disciple each other at all. It clouds. Y'all can be friends, but don't be out here having Bible studies with each other, talking to each other, because because I'm telling you, I did it, got my feelings hurt, washed her with the word, and she wasn't my woman. Don't wash a woman with the word that ain't your woman. You're cleaning for nothing. You're cleaning for some other man to enjoy. She came to you stinking, you done washed her, and now she's smelling good for another man and you ain't getting none? You ain't even married to her, she ain't want. I help you. You know what I do with women? I slide a bucket of water and I slide a rag, it ain't mine. You go wash yourself. Here's some advice, here's some. I dropped 2 pearls, that's you, but I ain't washing you no more. Unless it's a genuine friendship, that's solid. But if you would've, listen man, cause these girls sometimes, they're looking for someone to wash them. Then when they're clean and made whole, they're going about their life. Vice versa, ladies, don't build no man that ain't your husband. Don't build a man that ain't your, don't, but baby girl, I'm just struggling. Okay, you struggling on. It's that simple. Let me help you struggle for. I pay, look, you paying whose rent? I ain't never asked her for no money. Never will. I'll get a second job before I ask a woman for some money. I don't, because I'm a man now. I'll get a second job if I need to. A third job if I need to. Before I become so. Now if something happens and I'm just down and out, put 20 in the tank. But we're talking about just being a worthless man. Milking. There was a woman who asked for coaching. I coached her this summer. And this man, she was dating this man. And she was like, Coach, I know the answer. I just need to hear from somebody. You know, he always wants something, but when I talk about who are we, he just kind of drifts off in conversation. I said, you cooking for? Yeah, I cook for him. But he just seemed like he don't want to be committed. Why be committed when I'm getting everything I need? Women, put you on game. If you reserve sex for marriage, you will see who's willing to stay. Next question. If you give him sex before marriage, he ain't gonna put no ring on unless you're really good at it. You gotta get to a place where you say, you know what? Listen, y'all ladies know? Y'all at dinner. He done smashed the asparagus and steak's half done. Half the baked potato, you wonder why he got baked potato, you got sweet potato, and you like, okay, I don't know, he got 2. But besides that, you at the dinner table and he's talking about, you know, it's getting late. It's only 7:30, but he says it's getting late. And he's like, you know, man, it's just, you know, let's just go back to my place. And you be like, oh, you know, I don't want to do that. He'll try a second time and a third time. But when you're solid on your convictions, I bet you he'll leave. Men don't wait. Men don't pursue long when they're pursuing the wrong things. But a man that's pursuing you will pursue past his needs because you is all he desires. Sex should be an addition. If a man is asking you to subtract something from you, but he ain't add nothing to you, that ain't a man. A man should be multiplying you. A woman should be multiplying you. If they all, listen, be very careful being around weak people. Weak people will only bring you into weak situations to satisfy their weaknesses, period. You can't help a man from lust. You can't. There's not a woman on this planet that can help a man free him from lust. There's not a man on this planet that can help a woman off of low self-esteem but one man, that's Jesus. If you go to anywhere else, they cannot endure the full deliverance unless they're casting that demon out of you. That's another story for another time. But I say all that to say, guys find guys, girls find girls. And the only time there should be some cross-pollination is after you done said I do. Because it gets dangerous. Because when you start having Bible study alone, The Bible will be watching you. And next thing you know, you done went through Psalms, you in song telling her breast will satisfy thee, and then you try to practice scripture, and you ain't even married. Last question, I gotta go.